from India can go to US, or a Spanish lawyer can come and practice in India or any other part, whether it is useful or not, whether it is practically possible or not. In March 2007, the Law Society of England and Wales, the Bar Council of England and Wales invited our delegation of All India Bar Association. I took 18-member delegation to UK, and the President of the Supreme Court Bar Association, Mr. Krishna Mani, was also one of the members. The different High Court Bar Association presidents were also members of the delegation. The Bar Council chairmen of the State Bar Council chairman were also members. And because I was the man who was protesting against the entry of foreign lawyers, in 2002, the President of the Law Society of England and Wales visited India. He asked us that kindly allow the entry of foreign lawyers. At that time also I told that we cannot allow the entry of foreign lawyers to practice in India. No, we will allow your lawyers to practice in India, UK. We also told, even if you are allowing, we will not. Because our ground was that if foreign lawyers will come to India, because there is a general mentality of Indian population that foreign goods are better. If they say a solicitor like Sarah, they will first go to her to engage her. Because they feel foreign and means white people are better. So they will go to her. Actually she don't know about Indian law. She will be not properly handle the case. She will not procure the desired result. What Indian lawyer, because they know better about Indian system, they can prepare it better. And second, my ground of opposition was that because when they don't know how to properly argue, they will not cite the proper rulings. Then, because judges are dependent on our assistance of the legal fraternity. If we are not properly assisting the courts, then judges will also not give us the good judgments. They will also commit mistake in delivering the judgment. They will make bad law, and which will affect throughout India. Third, so on those points, I told we can't allow. So, but then negotiations, talks, then they told you please come and see the working of our system. You want to say? So, then we went in 2005, Pandaji? 2005, we visited different law firms. We had meetings with the Minister of Constitutional Affairs, the Bar Council. Still they were adamant that no, we should be allowed. I told we fully agree, if foreign lawyers come, they will bring foreign investment to India. This is need of the hour. But court we can't. But I am happy when in March 2007 we went. I had when the law minister, constitutional affairs minister hosted a dinner in our honor. That time she asked, why you want to oppose? Why you are opposing? When government of India is ready, the government of India has signed this GATT agreement. So, and Bar Council is also ready. I told whoever may agree, but this is the feeling of the Indian lawyers, that if they see any foreign lawyers entering the courtroom, to argue the case, they will, they can commit any wrong thing. So then she understood when our delegation was consisting the all presidents and the bar council, then she told, then what we should do? Manaka, we can allow only to the extent that foreign lawyers can come to India, open their office just to do the transactional work. Transactional work means if they want to do the mergers, collaborations, this thing with Indian firm, they will, one UK firm and Indian firm want to join together. Or any foreign law, any foreign investor want to invest in India. So that thing can be allowed because this, but this thing is, does not require the activities to be done by a lawyer, by a solicitor in India. This can be done by anyone, but with no right to practice in India. So that, and that too can be done only when you permit our Indian lawyers to do the same thing in UK with the same rights. And she told, okay, we will do, because basically they are interested to do the transaction work. But they were not agreeing earlier, they wanted full clear blanket permission to practice also. But that we, my Indian lawyers can't tolerate because that will affect their livelihood. So with that thing, and she ultimately agreed to this proposal that our lawyers will be also allowed to practice transactional work. No foreign lawyer will be allowed to practice on Indian law. Likewise, my lawyer who is enrolled with Bar Council in India will be not entitled to practice English law in UK. That this thing is really good for all the countries, because now this is not the time when we have to live only in one city. A lawyer in India who used to practice only in one city or going to 20-30 kilometers within his district, now he is traveling from one place. In morning he is leaving from Delhi, going to Mumbai, arguing his case, coming back. In the evening back to Delhi. So we are fast. We have different thinking. So likewise, if my lawyer is going there to do transaction work, there is nothing wrong, because my country's investment companies, this is our second largest investment in UK. So that thing, and but I pointed out that Indian lawyers should be given the work permit. It does not mean that just orally we agree, because we have to ensure the betterment of my lawyers. How, if just we agree here, and there should be amendment in your immigration rules also. We agree to this, yes, Indian lawyers will be entitled to do transactional work in UK. But he has some key matter. He goes to the British High Commission in New Delhi, and the visa office just reject the application. That will be no meaning. And there should be amendment. It should not be left at the mercy of the visa officer. With great difficulty, he is able to have that client in UK, and that thing totally broken when a visa officer refuses, no, I don't give you the visa. That should be made mandatory. So I am happy the demand of the UK saying that we will practice in all respect, including the appearance and advice on Indian law in courts, that we are able to, although as per GATT agreement, everybody is entitled to practice law, in local law as well as everything in others country. So we have to think on this issue. Because representatives from Nigeria, from UK, Bangladesh, others, we are here, and we discussed. After that, I discussed with the Pakistan also. So they all are happy with this proposal. And in fact, this is good for developing countries. It is less good for developed countries because my people, the people of developing countries are very hard working. They can work 20 hours a day while you will like to take rest. Although during traveling you not, but practice-wise.
Not myself.
No, practice-wise, practice-wise you may be not working more than 10 hours. British or developing countries. But once they work, I've seen this culture, in developing countries, when they work with full devotion and dedication. While at still now, the lawyers of the developing countries actually lacking that thing. They work 20 hours, but not with such accuracy. A solicitor of UK, 10 people are working together on drafting one document, and that would be really, there will be no problem. But in India, that thing, to get this thing, it will take time. I've seen my law firms also in India. I've seen the law firms working in UK, how they are working. Total cohesive and no overlapping and all these things. Each one solicitor will deal on one issue. The other will deal with other issue. And they will put everything in one contract. So this will be good also on the point that when so many law firms will be coming to India, they will engage the good lawyers who are practicing here at a less rate. So they will be getting good salary. And although there are opposition from our law firms that if you permit like this, then where we will go? These our local law firms, they came, why you should not allow. This I have to see the larger interest, because you are paying very less salary to my young lawyers. If foreign law firms are coming to do only transactional work, my young lawyer coming from a law school will get about minimum 2,000 UK pound for 1 month, and you are giving them only means about 40,000, means only 1,000. So I have to see the larger interest. And I told the Ministry of Law, Bhardwaj Sahab also, and when the Constitutional Affairs Minister visited here, that time we had a meeting, that there is on this issue, the issue of the amendment of advocates is not required for doing this thing, because in India, doing the transactional work is not necessarily the work of a lawyer. This can be done by deed writer, this can be done by non-lawyer, only drafting work, going